Good morning, Internet. I'm Master Briss, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition, wherein we will be taking on the Spellcaster Limited Tournament. The limitation for the stage of the examination is Spellcaster monsters. You may also use magic and trap cards. Now, let the duel begin! Once again, we have assembled a deck made out of our very finest Spellcaster monsters. That's not actually that great a compliment, much with the Warrior deck. So we're just going to be winning this one purely on the strength of our magic and traps. We have Dark Hole, Change of Heart, Swords of Revealing Light, White Magical Hat, Magic Cylinder, Witch of the Black Forest. I know how this one is going. As you can tell from the background music, maybe, our opponent here is in fact Yugi. And I will be taking... Oh, I can't take Dark Magician Girl. She doesn't quite have enough defense. Right, That's a tough one, actually. Let's take... Yeah, let's take Copycat. And draw. It's Fisher. Okay. Let's use Fisher to destroy his card, and bring out White Magical Hat. I could have summoned Copycat and gotten myself a 1700 attack monster, but I believe he's got a Gemini Elf somewhere in reserve, and this way I get to use the effect of White Magical Hat to take a card from his hand. Besides, I have Cylinder to block something, so he can summon Gemini Elf, which he has. I knew he'd do that. Attacks White Magical Hat. I will have absolutely none of that, thank you. Magic Cylinder that. You put a card face down, which I will destroy with MST. What was it? It was Magic Cylinder. Okay. Next thing to do then would be to bring out Copycat and use its effect to copy Gemini Elf. Then use Change of Heart to bring Gemini Elf over onto our side. Now, combined this turn, we'll do 4,800 points of damage. Which will nearly bring him down to defeat range. That was relatively simple. I suppose Copycat is kind of the great boost of this deck. Being as it is the best card I have for it, really. Well, there's Relinquished as well, but it's quite difficult to bring it out. And you summon Gamma the Magic Warrior. Yes, that's a thing. No, Gamma the Magnet Warrior. And since you've done... Oh, screw it, let's have some fun. I'll play Dark Hole to destroy every single monster you control. And then summon the mightiest card in my deck, Magician of Faith. Now, attack with your strange Moonstick thing and deal exactly the amount of damage I need to win. Woohoo! That's 2 down and an indefinite number to go. Excellent, you passed. Keep up the good work. The next examination will be limited to the use of dragon cards. I might actually be able to do something with that. In the meantime, I've obtained Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, I've obtained Armed Ninja, Dice Armadillo, which is somehow able to fold itself into a perfect cube, Cyber Harpy Lady, and Rose Spectre of Dun. How exactly fusing a palm tree that's also a snake with Feral Imp creates a woman, I don't know, but it's probably best that we don't question it, and oh, it's another urgent announcement. Yes, even if after you clear the pyramid, this happens occasionally. The same rare card package is awarded for defeating the ghouls under normal ghoul scenario, so if you needed that, it exists. In the meantime though, we're going to have to build ourselves a deck consisting of dragon cards so that we can take on the next limited tournament. So, I shall do that now. Okay, confession time. I've already beaten this tournament. I did it off screen just to actually prove to myself I could do it. I could. It took me about 10 attempts. And I decided, right, let's clear this off screen. We'll get one of every dragon card in the game, and that'll make it easier to beat it on screen and show you what it's like. Unfortunately, the cards you actually gain from beating this tournament aren't up to much. At all. We are a far, far, far way away from the glory that dragons would gain in later incarnations of this game. So for now, we're just stuck with a bunch of normal monsters who literally don't go over 1200 attack points most of the time, and it's not great. What's worse is, our opponent is Kaiba, and he is chock full of Vorse Raider and things of that ilk. You know, there's Vorse Raider, there's Gemini Elf, there's Goblin Attack Force. There's just basically a lot of things that I can't deal with, but it's okay, because most of his cards are monsters. He doesn't seem to have that many spell or trap cards in this incarnation of his deck. We can use that to our advantage. In the meantime, we pretty much have to win by somehow getting lucky enough to bring out a powerful tribute monster, which funnily enough is exactly what we've just done. Isn't that great? So, offer up Wicked Dragon with the Urset's head and Fairy Dragon to create Blue Eyes White Dragon. No, I don't want to continue the main phase, I want to enter the battle phase, because it looks like I might actually do it. I might actually defeat this on my first on-screen attempt. By blind luck, admittedly, but hey, the victory is a victory, I'm certainly not going to decline. Your opponent sets a monster, I don't care. Right. Now, let's bring out Baby Dragon and attempt to bait him into summoning a thing, attacking it and triggering Kunai to make this go even quicker. I mean, seriously, like, I was picking up, oh, it's pretty much impossible, you know, unless you get out a tribute monster, and then I got out a tribute monster, and all of a sudden everything is a complete and utter joke. It's honestly probably better that it's this way. Otherwise, it might have been... Like, if he played a real deck that didn't just have, like, 90% monster cards, this would probably be impossible. I'm not gonna lie, it would probably be impossible. But, as it stands, it's not impossible. This is doable. We might even be able to do it. No, we're not going to be able to do it this turn. We need a 1500 attack dragon, and we don't quite have one of those yet. You'll note I have Gravity Bind. That was mostly a stall card. You know, stop your opponent attacking until you can bring out a powerful monster, then use one of your own spell trap removal cards to get rid of it, and... yeah, I had to, like, properly strategize for this. It was painful. I might actually do a similar thing for the next tournament, but that's because there's a particular restriction that's even more irksome than the dragon restriction that I'll have to deal with, and it makes Gravity Bind make even more sense. You'll see what that is in literally about 2 minutes, because this game is over. I didn't think it would take me one on-screen attempt, but it has. So, let's finish this off. Blue Eyes White Dragon, attack Gemini Elf with White Lightning, and by White Lightning I mean a blue laser beam. Dubbing. Excellent, you passed. Keep up the good work. The next examination will be limited to the use of insect cards. You're now beginning to see why I said Gravity Bind would be useful. Anyway, we get another pack, we get another right leg of the Forbidden One, the Emperor's Holiday. I don't actually think he has that white vest in the Japanese artwork of this card. He might not even have the shorts, actually. And urgent announcement. I don't care, I'm not ever going to fight a ghoul again. Well, at least not in shady back alleys, anyway. Question is... have we... No, we don't now just have 2 of every dragon. The gain 1 of every dragon you don't have thing does only apply once. Fair enough. Anyway, I now have to build a deck consisting entirely of insect monsters. I'll have fun with that. Alright, I've built a terrible insect deck. Let's conclude the part by hopefully winning this. Limitation for the stage of the examination is insect monsters. Let's begin. I have all the classics in here, of course. League Hull, Basic Insect, tons of other cards that don't go above 500 attack points. But I also have Laser Cannon armor, so maybe I'll do okay? Maybe? Let's see what we get out of Pot of Greed. Gravity Bind, Torrential Tribute. Okay. We can work with this. Let's set Begin Set, set Solemn Judgment, set Gravity Bind, set Torrential Tribute. Our opponent is probably Weevil, which is appropriate. He summoned Gokibor, he will attack Big Insect, this will not go well for him. Nice. Deflected damage. Okay. Next draw is it's Minar, a card that is probably completely useless because its effect isn't that great. Honestly, the best thing I can do is continue to defend. I don't think he has any tribute monsters other than Insect Queen, actually, so not too much to worry about. Hopefully. Ooh, Spiked Snail. Given that it's got 1300 defense, I think I might be able to bait him into attacking. This is the bit where I can't bait him into attacking. And then, oh. 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 It's okay. Still doing the deflected damage. We're winning the damage race. We're not winning it by a huge amount, but we are indeed winning the damage race. And now we can actually... Should we? Oh, go on then, let's give it a go. I'll use Snatch Steel to take control of Gokibor. I will summon Minar, and I will enter the battle phase. Now, I'll use Minar to attack what I think is Needleworm, given that he didn't flip it face up. It's not, it's Parasite Parasite. It would have actually been to his advantage to flip that. Or maybe he knew that my deck wasn't consistent entirely of insects, and that's why he didn't. Equally valid explanations here. And then Gokibor. Complete turn. I think we've actually got a good shot here. Maybe. Only problem is I will now be giving him 1000 life points back every turn thanks to Snatch Steel. It seems like a lot to pay to negate summoning Giant Flea of all things, but I assure you it made sense at the time. Ooh, Kunai. Let's have some fun. First, let's destroy Mystical Space Typhoon. Well, not destroy Mystical Space Typhoon, just destroy something with Mystical Space Typhoon. That thing being Magic Jammer. Now, if I use that, you'll probably summon something out. No, it's not worth it to use Giant Grenade to bounce Snatch Steel back to my hand quite yet. If the time comes when I'll be able to upgrade to a better monster, like I could have done just then with Giant Flea, but I didn't because I kind of wanted to... Well, I wasn't really sure of my strategy yet. Now I am, though. Now I am sure. Now I'm definitely sure. I want an upgrade. And I should have activated Kunai, but I didn't. Oh well. Let's... No! Don't enter the battlefield! Oh my god. I'm so bad at this. So bad. Right. Let's make the best of a bad situation. Let's use Giant Grenade to bring everything... Oh! For some reason, removing Snatch Steel back to my hand didn't cause Gokibor to... I'm very, very on board with this information. Like, words cannot describe how on board I am with this information. You summon Kamakiri Man. Attack Minar. This time I will activate Kunai. And I will use it on Gokubor, actually. Because now we are... Ooh. Able to take control of Kamakiri Man with Change of Heart. Now we can do damage, hopefully. I mean, it's still kind of relatively minor in the grand scheme of things, considering that the best monster I have has 1700 attack, but once again, we have overtaken Weevil in the damage race, and that's not something I thought I'd be saying so early into the game. Right. So he's now effectively got 1700 life points. He summons Giant Scorpion into Tundra, my basic insect and my Minar will be destroyed. And... ooh. And now I don't even need to give him back 1000 life points every turn because I can get rid of Flying Kamakiri number 2 and summon Hercules Beetle. Alright. Victory is within my grasp. Well, it's not quite in my grasp yet. I still need to work a bit more on my gripping hand, but I can see the end. The end is in sight. And then we'll probably be like limited to the use of fairy monsters, despite the fact there's like 3 of them in existence at this particular moment. Actually, no, I think Insect is the last of the species limited things. I think after this they change tack and they go for something a bit different. Can I? No. I can't. But yeah, I think the limitation is something that's not monster type for the next one. Not that it really matters, because I think we have won. You're gonna... oh. Well, that wasn't very nice of you. Why didn't you summon a monster then attack so I could cylinder you like a good boy? Oh, because you wanted to use Needleworm. So that's how it's gonna be. Okay. Right, come on. Bring out something tougher. That's not what I meant when I told you to bring out something tougher. Please bring out something tougher. I'm getting tired of the runaround. Caterpillar does not qualify as tougher. Caterpillar does not qualify as tougher by any means. Ooh, basic insect. Okay. This time we're gonna make the inverter. Oh, for God's sake! Every time I think I'm close to winning, Morphing Jar number 2, or Needleworm, or something to that effect. On the plus side, we now have Jiraigumo on our side of the field, and we have League Hull. We're going to win this turn. How? How can you even... Jesus! Okay, now we're going to win. This time we're definitely going to win. I do not want to attack directly, I want to attack Steel Scorpion with League Hull and do a whole 50 points of damage, because at this point every little helps. And... no, do not proceed to main phase 2. Do not make any more bad misclicks. No, you're going to do this the sensible way. You're going to reduce Weevil to 100 life points and you're going to feel satisfied with yourself, because now you can be attacked by literally anything and you can cylinder your way to victory. And of course now you bring out the high attack monster I could have used a couple of turns ago. Good work, Weevil, good work. Game, set, match. No, I don't want to resolve that as part of a chain. We have completed the Insect Limited Tournament. Whew. Excellent, you passed. The next examination will be limited to the use of, yep, monsters at 4-star level or below. That is going to be considerably easier. You say low attack monsters, I say Jiraigumo, Zombira the Dark, Goblin Attack Force, Vorse Raider. In fact, there's a lot of things I could call not low attack that are going to go into that deck. And we now have Call of the Haunted and Mage Power. This is only going to go my way. But I think I'm going to wait till the next episode before we start taking on some of the more serious limited challenges. So for now, see ya!